They say a picture tells 1,000 stories, but we've got thousands of pictures telling hundreds and hundreds of thousands of stories in this room celebrating the 25th anniversary of the World Carp Classic. It really is, it's incredibly emotional for me to see. Each and every photograph tells a story. There's connections with people from all over the world, friendships have been made, be it pictures of fish that have been caught and all the different things have happened. I mean, really is, there's some special memories there, and that is the family of the World Carp Classic that is celebrating the 25th anniversary this year. So the World Carp Classic history started with one event in one day, has now spread to 25 years with 25 events now, as we're going to be celebrating this year. Now, it's really important to look at what happens next. Well, what happens next this year is actually making the next steps of history for others to look back on as we progress with what we're doing. But tonight is going to be a great fun celebration within Bivy City and different things. Tomorrow we've got lots of people arriving, we've got the gladiator games and celebrating all things that we've done over the 25 years, which is going to be great fun. And then tomorrow night we've got the champions chat on stage. Imagine all those people, the champions that are here participating in this year's event, and more than ever before in fact, that are going to be up on stage telling their special moments, their special memories of the World Carp Classic. I mean, there's some incredibly funny stories, there's some heartfelt stories, and there's some classic stories. Why? Because it is, after all, the World Carp Classic.
Why is Shimano partnered with the World Carp Classic?
I think the competition houses a lot of good anglers. We want to accompany that with good product. The rods and reels that we have are good enough for the competition, but also for the private fishing. And I think that a lot of anglers can relate while they're coming here to the gear that we have and test it as well. So I think that's a good plus to be in the competition, but also in the pre-competition, so the weekend before you start fishing.
How does it feel for you to be here at the 25th anniversary of the World Carp Classic?
It feels good. I haven't been in the competition that long, so it's my second year at the venue. But speaking to Ross, obviously with all the history, it's good to hear, and also speak to the colleagues that have been multiple years on end at the venue at Madine. It's cool to hear and to know.
What are you most looking forward to here at the World Carp Classic?
To be honest, last year our two teams didn't catch anything. That was a shame. It's also difficult with 107 or 106 teams. I do think that I would like to see them catch, but also see how their approach of the fishing is, how to use the gear, how to approach your bag. It's interesting for the viewers, but also for the contenders as well.
The anglers that are competing in the World Carp Classic are by definition competitive, and what more competition could you want than the gladiator games? This is something we introduced a long time ago, so we've got all sorts of different things, and the competitive nature of each of these elements, be it the boilie throwing competition, the Chester competition, and then on top of that the 30 kilos. Can you hold 30 kilos out when you see the anglers competing one against the other? Anyway, great fun to see, and that's all going to be going on very shortly.
The Gladiator Games at the World Carp Classic 2023 have finished, and we have a winner. And the winner of the vast, ultimate Carp Connections Gladiator Games for the team competition sponsored by Carp Connections in the World Carp Classic is... Hey! Ultimate! Well done. Well done. Dobrze było.
It's truly incredible. All the anglers are coming from all the different places and countries from around the world. All the anticipation has now been building up to this particular moment. When registration is starting, it's absolutely incredible, the atmosphere. This competition is so much more than just a fishing competition that runs over a few days. It truly is a celebration of angling. It's a celebration of anglers getting together, the friendships that are being made, the camaraderie, and truly the real spirit of what goes on with carp angling. It really is so much more than just a fishing competition. Of course, when there's the peg draw, the anglers are really nervous when they come up on stage to draw that peg, because that determines, of course, around the lake where they go. But it's not just a question of around where the lake they go and the peg they've drawn, it's really how they fish the water in front of them. The fish are there, they go to all different areas, and the event has been won from all corners of this particular lake. So it's really, really quite exciting to see what happens at that point. In 1998, when I had the idea of actually creating an event for carp angling, I called it a classic. I think now, 25 years on, it really deserves that title. I had the vision to see and actually create an event for carp anglers from all over the world to come together to celebrate something that they love and their passion. This is it. 25 years on, we're about to start the World Carp Classic. It's a special moment, it's a proud moment. There's been honesty, integrity, pride, and dedication from so many people to get to this point. I'm so proud as the founder of the World Carp Classic to have created this event and have such a fantastic team of people that will work with me and help create this amazing journey. Last night we had an incredible party. It was great to see everybody's excitement and just the great camaraderie of everybody getting together. Fantastic meal in the sports hall again, which is where we've run the event over the past few years, up until COVID of course hit. But now we're about to go into the sports hall and do the all-important peg draw. It's going to be exciting. Those hands are going to be shaking with the anglers. It really is. Look, we've got fantastic weather. It's going to be great to get the anglers straight out onto the pegs today. And then from that, of course, the next thing that's really exciting is who's going to catch that first fish. It's something I've said over 25 years. And are we going to need the big boy scales? And how quickly? So great fun, great excitement. And it's all about to start right here, right now.
25th anniversary.
Well, that's it. The peg draw's done, and as you can see behind me, the anglers are starting to go to their pegs. Now, it's incredible the different types of pegs there are around this this huge lake. We've got 106 pegs altogether, places where the anglers are going to be fishing from. Completely diverse. Some anglers can get there directly by car and literally comfortably take all their equipment out, and they'll be fishing right adjacent to the car. But there's quite a few anglers that we need to transport out to the big island, the small island, and also the dark side. And that requires a huge amount of coordination to make sure all the equipment is transported out there with the use of the different petrol engines and petrol boats we've got here that we're allowed to use, because ordinarily you're not allowed to use a petrol engine on this particular lake. But really completely diverse pegs, some in the woods, some on beaches, and because we're using the entire lake, we've got a complete cross-section of different areas that people are fishing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. There's some favoured pegs, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform, who catches from there. And there are some pegs the anglers have gone, oh no. But anyway, let's see. It's fishing. The competition starts tomorrow at 2 o'clock when we send the rocket up. And then that's it all begins. It's going to get exciting then, but it's already been exciting right now. We're just a few minutes away from the start of the 2023 World Carp Classic, and I couldn't think of a better place and better peg to start it from other than the inaugural champion, Paul Raymond's peg. Paul's over here, having won the event in 1998, and it's been great to see him back celebrating with all the champions that are here this year, and looking forward to seeing how he gets on this particular peg. But on top of that, I mean, all the emotions are starting to come out. Everybody's now ready, that the traps are going to get set, and let's see. I mean, World Carp Classic 2023, who's going to catch the first fish? Who's going to catch the biggest fish? And who is ultimately going to be crowned World Carp Classic Champion 2023? And just in case you didn't hear that one, here we go. I really like doing this. I think and I hope people can hear that. World Carp Classic 2023 25th anniversary event is underway. Whew, I'll tell you what, it really is emotional to hear that rocket go up, to know that the start of the competition is now underway, and to know that all the planning by all these people, all these anglers, all these people that are part of the World Carp Classic family, it's about to come into fruition. They're about to get out on the lake and do what they love best, do what we love to see best, go carp fishing. Well, it's great news. Fish are now being caught all over the lake here at Lac de Madine. The competition started at 2 o'clock. The sun and the temperature has actually dropped, and we've started to get calls, different fish, different areas. But right here, right now, I'm on peg number 24 with a team from where? Poland. That's it. They've got a fantastic carp. It's been officially recorded by the marshals at 16.8 kilos, I believe.
Yeah, nice mirror carp.
Look at that. It's a lovely mirror carp.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, very fast fish. Only
strong.
Yeah, strong and like we make the rods like 1.5 hours and quick catch. I never had the quickest start like this. Yeah, that's why we are very excited. Yeah, I hope so. We have soon another one, bigger one.
Well, there's other fish being caught around here.
Yeah, pack 27. Yeah, but I hope so. We can catch a bigger one.
I said it was going to be a busy night. I didn't quite expect, I have to say, to be on the dark side. We'd just been down to see some fish on 24. The radio goes off. There's not only one fish on a peg on the dark side, but suddenly there's a second one, and they've just lost the third one too. But I'm with the team from España. Vale, ¿cómo estás? ¿Está bien?
Muy bien, muy
Sí.
bien. Mucho gusto de estar aquí con ustedes. Sí.
Exactamente. Y no hay uno pesca, pero dos.
Sí, exactamente. No hay uno sin dos, nada. Está bien.
Exactamente.
Sí.
21.6 kilos the first fish. El segundo?
Y el segundo, 14, 200.
14.2 kilos is the second one. So these guys, and they've just lost another one. So they've clearly got fish in the area, and we know that there are clearly big fish here too. So it's fantastic to come to this peg and to see so many anglers that are actually sort of enjoying themselves from Spain, and the great support these guys have got. Fantastic. I'm on peg 105 with the Romanian team. It's just after 1 o'clock in the morning on day one of the competition. It's been incredible. We've been to all sections and all parts of the lake, and fish are coming out, and it's really exciting to see what's happening now. But you guys have just caught a fish and landed it, and how are you feeling?
Well, firstly, we're very tired. We've been on the water all day, but very happy. Yeah, that's probably a very, very valuable fish for us. Like I told you earlier, we caught big fish all over the world, but this means a lot to us. Yeah.
So what sort of size do you think this one is?
It's about, I don't know, we weighed it, but it was about around 20 kilo.
Okay, so 20 kilos. But yeah, so have you had it officially weighed yet?
Yeah, I think it's been officially weighed and
19.5.
19.5.
19.5 kilos.
Yeah.
That's great. It's the first morning of the competition, and it is exceptional. We've had the big boy scales required. We've come down and weighed this incredible fish with Lee Jackson. We had an incredibly busy night last night. We went to the dark side, where there were several fish that were caught and subsequently weighed from the Spanish team, different areas of the lake. There was an Italian team right the way down towards in the K-way section, and then right the way over the other side of the lake as well. That there were fish caught. It really is exceptional. We wanted something special for the World Carp Classic 25th anniversary, and we're certainly getting it. Lee, when you get the call in the middle of the night, early morning, in fact any time of the day, that we need the big boy scales, that for me is always exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting for me, seeing that fish.
So, you've seen the fish, we haven't yet, and it hasn't been officially weighed. So how are you currently feeling?
I think it's, well, I'm actually hurting at the moment because I made a celebration cup of tea for everyone, and one of the tumblers
fell on your foot.
Fell on my foot. But to be honest, it's a nice problem to have when that carp is. I think it's. We haven't weighed it yet. We're going to weigh it in a minute, and I think it's probably around about 29 kilo, 28, 29 kilo.
Right.
I think so.
That's right up there. Certainly the biggest fish in the competition so far. Big mirror. Yeah. Okay, so Lee, if you can just double check and verify.
Yeah. There we go.
That's it. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, perfect. The excitement and the tension as we stand here this morning, waiting to see how far those scales are going to go round.
Yeah, that's
the big boy scales, Lee.
They've lost two fish,
and they've lost two as well.
Yeah,
so this could in fact be the third fish.
I mean, to be honest with you, one of them was definitely a real good fish. Yeah.
Right, as well. Wow. So you found the spots.
Yeah. Well, there haven't been nothing that size yet. It's been all been
right. So this is the moment.
Nice view of this carp.
You can cut the atmosphere with a knife.
Oh my god.
That's there.
Oh, look at that.
That is a big one. That is a big fish.
That is perfect. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, it's a lovely looking fish as well.
Yeah, not a mark on it. Yeah, it's
No, this is the moment. So we're down on peg 103 at the moment in the PB product section, and the fact that the team drew this peg and they were so late in the draw to draw this one, and that the team that they're actually fishing with, their team partners, were right at the front of the draw and they drew peg 104, which is the peg just next door. Now we were down here at peg 104 earlier on today when Lee Jackson and the team there had caught a huge 28 kilo carp, and now we've had a call to come down to peg 103 because they've caught a fantastic carp which is over 24 kilos, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But let's have a chat with the guys and let's hear how they did it.
So this capture had it all. We was actually out in the lake looking for another spot. Dave's on the bank. Next thing you know, we had the rod absolutely screaming. Then calamity. Engines packed up. He couldn't right it. So we've rowed back quicker than the Olympic team. like you know what I mean? It's like a Formula 1 pit stop. Changed the engine. They managed to literally fly out there. We had a great boat battle in the weeds. And as soon as we see that fish come up, we thought, wow, this is
big. So, it's happening.
So how are you finding this particular area
I am
fishing this year?
Yeah, I couldn't believe the swim. I couldn't, because we drew 98th in the draw, so obviously there wasn't a great deal left. And we actually thought when we drew 103, we thought it was down here. You know where the concrete, what do you call that?
Ramp is?
Yeah, no, past the marina, you've got the concrete in between the two walls. We thought we was there. So we actually started driving there. It was only when we realised, like, we're going the wrong direction, we came back here and then we see the peg and we was just unbelievable. The water we've got is, and then all we've got to do is, well, we've got to do, but we're doing what we need to do.
Can you tell me about the rig you're using?
So basically, it's a pretty simplistic hair rig. We've got big bait, so the 26mm creamy toffee barrel, and then literally sitting on the back of it, we've got a 18mm Mum's Special humbug. Mum's Special has always been a special favourite of us amongst A2.
Yeah.
As it's dedicated
it's
to
basically in memory of my mum, so that was why we made them. Actually wafters, so what they actually do when that sits on the bottom,
sits slightly up,
just cock up like that.
Yeah.
So obviously any fish visually feeding will see this.
Yeah.
Any fish feeding from their senses will home in on the bait.
And the weather conditions, look, the wind's getting up.
This has gone right in our favour. It will push a lot of fish from a huge area onto our bank, and I'll be, wouldn't be surprised if this evening, tonight, we don't catch more fish.
There's going to be more on the bank.
There's going to be more.
Yeah.
Are you confident?
These are my first Madine carp I've ever caught, and I'm just so happy.
so the first Madine carp you caught was how big?
So my first one was 11 kilo.
Yeah.
Was it 11 kilo?
And the second one?
24.4. Get it.
24.4 kilos. Well done, guys. You know, you and the team next door to you are doing really well in the team competition. So
we're really trying.
Yeah.
George, it's fantastic you're actually at the World Carp Classic fishing the 25th anniversary, and not only just fishing, you're competing, you're on the leaderboard, you've caught some great fish.
I've fished it since 2000, had some great memorable sessions on here, and I thought, well, I've got to come up and turn up to this 25th celebration and have a good time. I've got my boys with me, Dave and Harry, that are doing all the work for me because I'm struggling a bit, and we've had some fish and we're on the leaderboard, and that's the most important thing. And it's a one-horse race at the moment because the guy that's in the top, he's caught some big fish, but we're going to try and catch him up and do our best.
You've got the 3 fish already.
Yeah.
Now it's a question about getting the bigger ones.
Normally when you fish on a lake, sometimes you're lucky to catch a big one, sometimes you just catch loads of small ones, but we're catching fish, and that's the most important thing. And it's just a numbers game on this lake. If you're lucky enough to get the big fish coming, you swim, and you've got the right gear and the right team with you, you'll get the fish out, and it's just about hard work. Well, the moment for me is hit that, get the boat, quick. I'm just pointing and directing. I'm a bit of a director on this one, Ross. I enjoy coming here, Ross. You're a great bloke, and I enjoy every time that I come to the competition lobby.
That's great stuff. Well, look, pleasure to see you today, and looking forward to coming back and seeing some more big fish down here with you.
Well, it's as I say, it's lucky. It's what the fish are in the swim that you're going to catch. Hard work, you'll catch them.
We're on the peg next door, just interviewing George Jonker about one of the fish he'd caught, and we heard the alarms going off on the peg next door to us, which was with the Lord Thomas Duncan Dunlop and Rob Tuff. Guys, what happened? There was a run, and talk me through it.
There was definitely a run, so I was brushing my teeth. Luckily, the Ridge Monkey bivvy has got like a hole in the back, so my rods are at the back. Brushing my teeth and just heard beep, and then the rod was gone. Gone, and I mean, I dived through the thing to grab the rod.
So you dived through the window?
Dived through the window, grabbed the rod, but what had happened, so the way Rob and I are fishing, we're fishing sort of washing line style. The weed is horrendous for 100 metres, so we've got rod tips up here, line. The nature of the beast, you're going to get a bird fly through it at some point, and that's just what happened because the lead was still on,
right.
No fish. So yeah, all fun and games.
It's been good to see the swan, but it all looks good.
Yeah.
We can pretend.
Yeah, but you've really caught a fish. You're on the leaderboard, so you got 2.
Yeah, 2 fish, but nothing big. So 15.4, 15.8.
Yeah.
Certainly, there's a lot of big fish coming out around the lake, and we're just hoping that big fish move into this area because we hope we've got it covered. We've got 6 rods out. We think we're fishing as well as we could do.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, next take, if it's a 20+ kilo fish, we're in the game.
And that can happen. How big was the fish the other week? 33 kilo or something?
34.
34. That would be quite nice.
That would certainly put you up amongst it.
Yeah,
we need
a 20+ kilo, and then we feel like we're in the game. At the moment, we're catching, I wouldn't say they're pasties, but they're 15, 16 kilos. That's not going to get us on the leaderboard. So.
There is a little wind swing tomorrow, so Thursday. It's due to come in here for 2 till the end of the competition. It's not a big wind. I think it's like 8 kilometres an hour, but on a big water like this, it can definitely move them.
When Jacko did it in 2017, I think his first fish was on a Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Pretty sure. And then his last fish was actually late in the hours of Saturday morning. The last day of the comp. So look, we're going to be in it to the end. We're going to be fighting. Is it 8 a.m. Saturday?
It is, yes, 8 a.m.
8 a.m. So even if we're still waiting for our first 20 kilo fish at midnight on Friday night, if we had one, we're still optimistic that we can still do it.
Always in it.
We're on the first peg on the dark side, which is peg number 28. What a stunning fish we're seeing here, including the first ligne I've personally seen in this year's competition. So the team from the Czech Republic with 2 fish now on the leaderboard. They're clearly an area, it's an area that's been favoured. It's an area that's actually caught a good number of fish and big fish before. These aren't the biggest fish that have been caught from this area. We know that there's some crackers locally and looking forward to seeing a few more of those later on. I'm sure this is a peg that will catch more fish. Peg number 28. It's certainly one of the favoured pegs in the area. Literally round from the right hand side there's a big hollow, and just the other side of the weed beds there are areas that the carp are actually going through. It's almost like a carp motorway, but anyway, looking forward to seeing what happens and how many more fish get caught from this particular swim. We're on peg 30, we're with the team from Moldova and we're on the dark side, and they've caught a fantastic carp and they're just about to let us have a quick look at this. The carps are being caught in these pegs here, so 28, 29, 30 and just around the corner from here. The only team from Moldova that we've got in the competition, and they're on the leaderboard. How fantastic it is, and he's so pleased because it's the first Madine carp that he's actually caught. We just left the dark side to come back to HQ. We just got out of the woods and we got a phone call that came through that peg 43, which is on the furthest point of the dark side, had just caught a fish. The fish that was caught was from the Danish team, 13.2 kilos. Well, they're in 4th place at the moment, and what they've said is that they've got fish pretty much on all their rods. Now, that's going to be really interesting to see if they can actually just get some of the larger fish actually feeding in their area, because that certainly puts them in contention. So fish are being caught during the day. It's quite interesting to see, even from yesterday, how many fish were caught at this particular point in time. It's not just at night. So I think as we go through the rest of the competition, even the daytime is going to be critical and very interesting to see what happens during that period. We have just got back to the event headquarters. We've had phone calls and communications all day to go and see fish. And what's really interesting is these fish are being caught during the day. We'd literally just got back to where we were heading for. 2 big fish on the back of the island to be caught. So it really is opening a lot of things up, and lots of excitement out on the banks, lots of fish, and with the wind getting up, that's when Madine fishes its best. It's been blowing today. The temperatures have dropped. It's very carpy. I'm on peg 39 at the moment. I'm on the dark side, but I'm with a team that's got a particularly interesting story in terms of how they got here. First of all, they won the Sea Angling Classic, which is a sea angling event that we run in Portsmouth, and they won a great boat and everything there. And now to see them here in the middle of Lac de Madine on the dark side competing in the World Carp Classic is something extra special. Guys, it's great to have you here today.
Thanks, Ross. Yeah, no, thanks for having us and getting us over. It's been an amazing experience. And it's great to see the lake, and it's been, you know, we knew it was going to be big, but as soon as we got here and we've actually come out on the boat, we're quite taken back by it, and it's been amazing. It's huge. Yeah. One of the things that clearly is important is you can get fish up to 350 metres out, and the allocated area that you've got. Yeah. How important is it to have decent electronics to see and find the features? I mean, if we didn't have that electronic when we got here, it's been a great help, hasn't it?
We've found some decent spots, some decent gravel spots.
The clear patches, you know, but spots that we've looked at and we thought would be alright to go out, and they're just full of weed, and there's some little tight clear spots and
we found a gravel bar
right
along the back, and it just shows up instantly, and it's a really good bit kit.
Yeah, so it definitely works, and out the back there we found a massive clear patch, haven't we, right along the back.
Almost like an old road, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it showed up really well, and plotting obviously, you're flagging it. And you're
so we just normally click on here on this setting here, so obviously we're here, we go out around, got a couple of marks in here that are clear, most of this is weedy. And then as you can see, we've tracked along the back there, that's where it's really clear.
There's a lot of weed out there.
Yeah, and we baited it up, and we're going to try and fish that mark tonight. So we've got the spots on there, and we've used the sonar on the back to pick the bottom up, so we found that's best. We've also got the active target 2 on the back, which doesn't pick the bottom up, but it's great for seeing the fish out there.
Yes, yeah.
It's quite amazing what it does do. They'll come up, then you can almost see the shape of the fish on there. Yeah, and also our boundary lines, which we track round as well, so it's great for that. So you don't, go into next door swims and water. But also, if you wake it, it's quite foggy in the morning. Well, the first morning was, wasn't it? So if it was foggy, it'd be great for that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're sort of relying on someone's sound. You could end up anywhere, really.
I'm with the Tribal Shimano team here at the World Carp Classic, and we're down on their peg. What I'm really intrigued to know is the equipment they're using, the tactics they've got, and what's making their preparation and being out on the water so important, because they've caught fish. The Shimano equipment you're using, what have you got and how are you using it?
Okay, so I think for rods, we are using the TX5 rods in 10 feet. For reels, we're using the Power Aero reels. They just got out this year, really powerful reels. You have actually been fishing more with the TX5. How do you feel with them?
Well, as you know, I always like to fish shorter rods, especially fishing from a boat. And this year we are also fishing harder rods, 3.5 lips. It's important to have a strong, reliable rod in combination with also a strong reel, especially fishing at Madine, where in almost every peg you have a lot of weed that gets tangled in the line. So every time we are going out, we are basically cutting the line.
With a braided line?
Yeah, with the braided line.
Yeah. What we're looking for using braided line and not monofilament line, it's to, as George just said, it's to cut all the weeds with a really strong and short movement. Like we leave the line for a second snag, and then we cut it, and you really see how all the weeds just are being cut, and you will not manage that with a fluorocarbon or with a monofilament line. So I think the Power Pro line that we are using is perfectly for these kind of situations.
They are not really tired when we come to the spot, because the runs we are getting are really just a short run, pee, and then the carp gets stuck in the weed and it feels safe because it's surrounded by weed. But as soon as you over the fish and start pulling a little, it gets, okay, something's happening, so it gets nervous and it starts pulling back really hard because it's not tired. So at that moment, one of us is also really trying to untangle the weed out of the line, and the other one is really with the hand on the reel, really paying attention to the drag, because
just in case if there is a run, directly react and don't leave the hook break them out or break the line. You have to be really quick on that moment. We are approaching this time with the Isolate baits from Shimano. We have LM94. It's a fish meal with krill based boilie, the salty one. And then we also have RN20. It's a really sweet boilie. We like to use them when there is catfish. In Spain, we have plenty of them in the Ebro, and you can really see a difference. If you're using fish meal boilies, you will probably get one catfish after another. And I think
Also, we started fishing actually pretty small, and one of the things we did this year, just not feeding too much, setting little traps and maybe feed a handful of boilies.
And also we are leaving some baits in water of the lake, so they are sucking in all the pH level of this lake. So when we're putting the rods out, the fish take those baits not as new baits. This is a well-known lake. There has been fishing pressure for over 25 years or even more, and I think I really believe that fish can see the difference on a fresh boilie that is just there since 1 hour and a boilie that has been for days, especially for big fish. So that's a little tip, a little tactic change that we did different to last year, and at the moment it's working well. We caught 4 carps until now. We're happy. But not the big fish yet. We're fighting. We're looking for it.
We have to work on the size of the fish.
Yeah.
We're on the K-Wave peg section. It's clearly daylight, and with a team from Kazakhstan. It's the International Kazakhstan fishing team that we're with. So they fished all over the world. They're here at Madine for the first time, and they've caught a fish.
We're first time in this event. We are very glad to be here. We saw every year of this event, and we study before we come here. But when we see the pack, we was in shock, really. We cannot find any single spot. It's full of grass. So somehow we watch our neighbors. We try to find where it's coming from. And finally, this was the first fish of Kazakhstan in this super event, which we really like to be in. We hear a lot of story that many teams coming here and they cannot catch any single fish. So for us, task number one was to catch a first fish. After that, we know where is it, we catch a second. Now our target to catch a 30 kg carp to go swim with the boss.
That's exactly it. In fact, what I've done is I've guaranteed catch a 30 kilo carp, I'm going in. I don't care, I'm diving in with them, I'm swimming. I'll probably swim over to the other side as well. There you go.
We're ready to work for that. It will be a great show, I believe.
Absolutely.
Maybe 30 kg?
Yeah, it could be. I might be getting ready to swim. Wow, that's a cracking fish. That's a really good fish.
For higher depth, definitely.
Do you know what? I love these sort of calls. Ross, there's a big fish on the main island and it's actually been caught by the team from Poland. These guys have actually fished really well in the competition up until now, and I tell you what, it's their second fish, and do you know what? It's a big one. Anyway guys, congratulations, you've caught a really big fish. We're over here to celebrate and see this fantastic fish that you've caught. Well done.
Thank you. This fish, this is special for my daughter. This have today, birthday.
Oh, it's a birthday today.
Miriam, for you. For my family and for the best team runner on the world.
Thomas Ross, you know, Thomas the best team runner.
It is so
must going in.
Yeah,
Poland.
exactly. Yeah, it is so funny about the best team runner. There is a certain little kind of friendly joke that they have. But anyway, it's a really good one. Really good team. But so this time, when you arrived, what did you think of your peg?
First of all, we thought this peg is king, but but you know, when we saw on the map where we are, sounds good, looks good. Peg 68 looks good, and today we have good fish, I think, and we will still fight. I think maybe we catch next fish, the biggest, and so Ross. Tomorrow you will be here with us, and you know what Miałsówka is.
and I think we together drink Meusówka.
Meusówka together.
Yeah. Okay.
Great stuff. Thank you ever so much. Well done. I think it's a great fish that you've caught. It's over 25 kilos, which is a big fish.
I think all of anglers who catch fish above 25 kilo, they are very happy. Yeah?
We came down to Peg 37 yesterday to have a chat with Carol and Jan and the team that are fishing here from the Czech Republic, and we were talking about some of the swims they've had over the years and some of the challenging swims, and they said that this was a particularly challenging one. I took them back to what was said on stage that Jan was talking about when you draw a peg on stage, you can fish that swim, you can fish what you've got in front of you and never give up. Well, we got a call this morning. There's a fish caught on peg number 37. Well, that's exactly where I am at the moment. I'm with the one and only Carol Nicol and Jan Dadek. Guys, congratulations. We've come down to see a fantastic fish that you've caught.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks.
And it was a great surprise this morning. I have to say that I was quite mesmerized with having a take, and it was a full-blown run as well, so I was finding my feet for a few moments to start with, but yeah, it was really great, and then we managed to land the fish in a heavy weed, which was as well a bit exciting, a bit hairy for a minute or two, but yeah, then we were just over the moon with the result.
And the size of the fish is it's not a small fish either. It's over 20 kilos.
Yes. Which obviously as well helps with the excitement of the competition itself, as it's not over yet. And yesterday, as the wind direction changed, we could, as we say, smell a carp in the air, and so we finally got the run at 6 in the morning.
Well, I think we're going to rename you. I think we're going to rename you guys the Carp Magicians. If you can explain that to Carol, I think that would be great.
Jo, že se nám teda změní jméno na kaparařský kouzelníky.
Mám velkou radost, protože včera jsme se bavili.
Throughout all the years on Madine, we've always, other than once, managed to catch a carp from all the swims that we've drawn, and yesterday we were starting to be a bit worried if it's not going to become the second time, but yeah, it's not over until it's over, and yeah, we've saved it.
You found the spot. There's just under 24 hours to go. What are you going to do?
Actually, I'm not going to change anything, because we have spent really a lot of time, as we always do at the very beginning, so that we search the whole water that's in front of us. We find the places where we think we've got a chance, then we narrow it down, place the rods there, and if we believe that they are in the right spots really, then we keep them there, which is a part of the tactic as well, because it's not worth creating 10 different spots, fill them up with bait, and and have fish. Then as we're fishing for a single fish, then that's not the right tactic in my opinion. So we kept on fishing the spots that we believe are the best in our swim as such, and we keep doing that until the end of the competition. It's now up to the fish if there is another one or another couple good ones that will come and take it.
We're on peg 106, which is a special peg, this one. This is a peg that's actually known for catching big fish. This is a big fish peg. We're in the port area, and we had a call to come down. Why? Because there's a big fish being caught, and it's been caught by the team from Carp Connections. Congratulations, guys. Delighted that you caught this. So, we're coming into the last 24 hours of the competition.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now that you've caught a fish, and not just any fish, a big one?
After catching a lot of loads of bream and catfish, and now we're a bit more happy. And well, we're looking forward for the last 24 hours.
How are you fishing that? Because I noticed your lines are well and truly up.
Well, we had a few problems. It was a bit windy. There was a lot of weed was coming on top of the water. But there's also a big mussel place over there, and the line gets snapped all the time. So we choose to bring the line above the water, so it's not touching the water anymore. And we're fishing directly to the spot without touching the water. So that's for us something what's working now.
So somebody's caught this fish, and I think from what I've heard, it might be there.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Personal best, yes.
So personal best. You know what the tradition is that when you catch your personal best.
Water.
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 Water. Lots of
lot of water.
Well, let's go see the fish, and then let's get you wet.
Yes, thank you.
The sun's rising, the lake looks fantastic. We've had so many calls that are fish all over the lake. There's 24 kilos, there's 21 kilos, there's 21 kilos, 22 kilos from all around the lake. But at the moment I'm on peg 85. I'm here with Great Lord, Thomas Duncan Dunlop and Mr. Rob Tuff.
We had a catfish at about 11:30 and the rod that it went on, I've had a bite on it as well, and I thought, oh, that kind of could have killed the time frame that we normally get the bite on.
So two catfish?
Two catfish, but yeah, one literally last night on the rod that I had the bite on the other night. 4:30, myself and Ainsley jumps in the boat. Ainsley was brilliant on the boat, straight out there, in a little weed bed, and he pops up and I thought, oh, he looks like a nice one.
A nice one. So, common, mirror?
Common, 21.1 kilo.
And it actually came out exactly on the day that we planned to have our first big fish.
Whoa.
We've worked out strategies. We did not want to be catching loads and loads of
Funny he says that. Wednesday, Thursday was nightmare days. And Ainsley said as we come back from the catfish at about 5 to 12, before midnight, so Thursday night, he said 5 minutes and then we're back in the good news, and he weren't far wrong.
That's it.
So yeah, happy days. Friday and Saturday morning, a couple of 23 kilo fish would be nice, would it, mate?
Yeah, or a 28 and a 31.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, why not?
So looking at the numbers, looking at the fish that have been caught and looking at the leaders at the moment,
we think we're 10th after that.
There's a fish that's just been caught on the little island as well. That's been weighed in at 24 kilos.
Possibly to Mark Bynes, who's another English pair.
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll get the drone up and we'll have a look at that in a minute.
England are really well this year, aren't they?
Well, they are. I mean, the thing is that the Polish are in the lead still at the moment, and
days. So there's still 24 hours to go. So yeah, that could change.
It's always a good match right till the end.
It's one of those calls that you get, that I love to get. We need the big boy scales. Well, we've just shot down to peg number 24. It's down with the Polish team. This is where we started filming, right at the beginning of the World Carp Classic this year.
Yeah, we are very surprised what happened exactly today, because the Damien have a today birthday. 40.
It's your birthday today.
And this is birthday present.
Okay, well that's a great birthday present. Well, let's go and get this officially weighed, because we haven't weighed it yet, so we don't know.
Yeah, that's why we see how's it going. I hope so. Is the biggest fish for tournament this year.
Okay, that's great. So is everybody going down to get it? You get
Yes.
it? Yeah. Okay. That is a big fish.
$28.2.
It looks like 28.2 on the spot.
28.2 kilos. It's another early morning here at the World Carp Classic, and we're just coming into the last 30 minutes of this year's event, and what an event it's been. We're going out on the lake. We're going to wait until we have the final confirmation of the fish that have been caught, and just to see if there's any fish that are caught in the last minute that will alter the leaderboard. I can assure you, it is so close. There are still so many teams, even with 30 minutes to go, that can still win this event. It really is going to be right the way down to the wire. Here we go with the team. Well done, guys. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Absolutely, congratulations. That's it. World Carp Classic 2023, 25th anniversary. Unofficial winners, but anyway, that's it. Catching great fish. I'm so pleased for you guys. It's absolutely amazing.
It was our dream, and now we live them. It's perfect time for us. We caught 3 biggest fish, 22.4, 23 and 28 kilo. We are lucky. I don't know what to say now because perfect.
Well look, you know, there is a tradition that we have with World Carp Classic champions. They need to get in the water and show us how champions celebrate. New champions! Nobody's ever won the tournament twice. Isn't that incredible? So nobody has ever won this tournament twice. I mean, it's been so close. I mean, to see the lead change throughout the whole competition, to see the team from Spain in the lead for a few days, then the teams from Poland right in the lead right until yesterday, and now to see them, this is absolutely from the Czech Republic. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. We have a team from the Czech Republic winning the World Carp Classic again.